Hello, guys. Welcome back to S3D. And yes, I got a chance to check out Storm Collectibles figures. One that's actually very recent release. I check out the Geese figure and my friend's my figure. And I do have to say, the quality definitely is higher than what I was expecting back in 2019 when I got some of those Mortal Kombat figures. They have actually made the material feel a lot better. I would even say like some parts actually feel even better than like the Tamashi Nations SH figure art stuff that I have experienced recently. I think these are pretty decent figures. It's just the problem is that they're very overpriced, and they do have still some you know some kind of deal breakers when it comes to the articulation and certain joints. Like that Geese figure, I was trying to swap out the arms, because you can take up the gi and you can swap out the arms, right? Oh, that is not a good gimmick. Uh, the whole time I was doing it, I thought I was gonna break the figure. And yeah, my friend was like watching me. He's like, dude, you gotta be careful with this. You gotta be careful with that. And the arm just keeps popping up. Like his elbow joints doesn't stay in very well. As much as I want to push them in, it just doesn't stay. He's offering to sell it to me at a good price, around like $70 for something that's like over $100. But I am like, yeah, I don't feel like collecting anything in this scale. Uh, I really like Geese as a character, but I think what I'm gonna do is just like Taki. I'm gonna make a 6 scale version of Geese I'm gonna actually handmade his gi from fabric. I think I can actually do that. That should be a pretty easy thing to do, and I don't have to make it into two separate pieces either. I can just have the gi go down since it's like soft goods. Hopefully, end up looking okay. I was told by my friend that I should use silk material to make the gi. That way, it comes off smoother than using regular fabric. Uh, as far as his hakama goes, I have no idea. I think there are some 6 scale hakamas that are readily made, the pants, and I can just use that. But yeah, really, really like Geese Hauer. I'm just not overly impressed with the Storm Collectibles one, especially when you bend the knees. When you bend the knees, you see those like horrendous knee joints, and it just completely ruined the look of his hakama. You know, I think they could have used like a plasticized PVC overlay for the Hakama. I seen recently Banda actually used it in one of their newer Gamerverse figures, where you can just have a plasticized PVC overlay over the legs, and so when the legs bends, uh, you don't see the crazy knee joint. But it's too late, this figure's being like uh, it was announced like maybe 2 years ago, and now it came out like last year or something like that. Oh well. Anyway, um, yeah. So like out of the three companies that I was recommending, uh, people that was calling me out for like shilling or like giving people like misinformation or whatever. I don't ever recall like doing any more Storm Collectibles review after I stopped doing the Mortal Kombat stuff. I pretty much just gave up on the line. They were some at one point they were a lot of it was going on clearance, and I just figure the reason why it's on clearance is because nobody wants them, right? Like pretty much all the comic shops I know have dropped the figures, and people were telling me, well, the stuff sells for a lot if you put them on eBay and Mercari. But I have tried that too. I did consignments for the Storm collectible figures. Put them for whatever the market price is. Nobody was touching them. I sold like one out of like 20 figures, and everybody was lowballing me. It's like, what's the lowest you could go on these figures? Yeah, so it was just not worth it. Okay, well, anyway, I think that's that for Storm Collectibles. I'm definitely like light years beyond freaking the quality that Super 7's offering. But then the price here, there's a big difference. Super 7 is charging what, like $50 for the overpriced figures. These things are like $80 plus, $80 to $100 for something that's like basically slightly uh, larger than a 1/12 scale figures, like somewhere between NECA and like Hasbro Mobile Legends scale. So yeah, and also another thing, this is actually kind of serious because I feel like all the figures are very stylized. Outside of the King of the Fighter stuff, like all the Capcom stuff is super stylized. Like, some of the characters they just look too thick. If you compare them to like a Jada Toys figure, it's like the Storm Collectibles characters, like they gain a lot of weight or something. It's just how it looks like. So yeah, kind of weird, but that's just an opinion. Some people don't see it that way. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.